to dodge everything that Lucian and Braum can do.
Well, so, actually, they can protect Vayne na din. You have the explosive cast. Meron ka din yung magnetic field ni Victor. So, since natapos ang ating draft, punta na tayo sa favorite portion natin. Mauna ka na, Butters. Predictions for this game.
I would like to see a game 3. I would go for TNC just because they went for the comfortable picks, and I like when TNC is at their prime.
At their prime. Amplifier.
I think I have to predict IPT will win. Feeling ko lang it's a bit risky. Yung ginawa ng TNC, Vayne, Leona, I'm not sure if those two picks mesh well because I can't imagine a world where Leona will kill the Lucian kapag Vayne yung kasama niya. So I think it's too risky. I have to predict IPT.
IPT.
Okay. Actually, nag-agree tayo kanina on the IPT. This one, I would go for TNC.
TNC. Okay.
Actually, hindi ko na gusto magkaroon ng Game 3 talaga. Mataas ngayon yung tiwala ko sa TNC dito. Sobrang even nung top, sobrang even nung mid. Titingnan ko lang siguro sa difference in abilities. I would go for JLC pa rin. Na nasa Victor on a bursting hero. Tapos ilagay mo kay JLC. Lots of expectations. There's expectations na nagpapatakbo sa akin ngayon dito. At alam ng TNC na ang kailangan nilang batayan ay yung bottom lane nila. They have a better jungler. They have the Gragas. TNC.
So, TNC, IPT, TNC. Para mag-even out, IPT ako. Sige, yun na. Ating ipasa sa ating mga shoutcaster, Chisto and Pusong Bato Rockheart. Ano ba balita sa inyo dyan?
Medyo chill-chill lang naman, Mr. Manjin Faldas. Again, maraming salamat sa inyong insights. Ating analyst desk, again, we are casters mga pala, si Rockheart, tos Chisto. And what can you say about that draft right there? TNC and IPT.
Yeah, I feel like TNC did go for these more aggressive picks with the Leona, with the Vayne as well. One of Demon's main champions, a pick he is known for playing. Kaso, alam mo, split yung analyst desk natin. I have to ask you, Rockheart, who do you have for this game?
I like Vayne.
so you're going TNC?
Yeah, absolutely TNC. Jeez, how many times do you see Vayne get picked in pro play? Not as much as you want.
Yeah, madalas statement game lang kapag may pumipick ng Vayne kasi you need to have that confidence to pull off a pick such as the Vayne on the stage. Kaso,
whoa. What? Okay.
Have you not seen that intro before?
I have not seen that before.
Yeah, they added minions to cheer for you. Parang
That's pretty cool.
To, what do you call this? Para hype yung KDA.
Yeah, okay. That's pretty cool right there. So, we're gonna go into Summoner's Rift, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be IPT versus TNC. Nakita nyo man, IPT medyo, slow and steady dun sa unang laro. And I think so far, they are planning to do a similar composition, a similar plan here for this blue side squad.
So, Poppy mid nga pala, para sa Imperium Pro Team.
Yeah, so in case hindi nyo napapansin, Poppy nga pala sa mid. Alam ko, gulantang na gulantang yung mga analysts natin dito. Pero,
hindi to normal sa League of Legends.
Yes, it's not.
Just to begin with. Pero consider that it is picked into an Aatrox matchup. Aatrox does have some dashes, so that is the idea with the Poppy. You want to reduce the mobility of the Aatrox as much as you can. So, you will have the Poppy.
Kung medyo bago kayo sa League of Legends, kasi guys, kasi, sa mid lane ng League of Legends, karamihan, commonly, mga mage yan, mga long range na spellcaster yung pinipili nila. Medyo pag nagyaso ako sa mid lane, medyo pagtatawanan ka minsan, pero it does work. Again, ginamit yun sa Worlds lately, and so far, the meta shifting into more supportive mid laners. And syempre, kung support man lang sa laban, bakit di ka kumuha ng tangke tulad ni Poppy para magawa yung trabaho?
Yeah, and to add to that as well, Poppy does have she is fairly tanky, so she is one of those champions that can survive against the damage that Aatrox can bring here. She can itemize into armor to deal with that, or she can even go a bit aggressive by something such as the Trinity Force. So wait and see though what build path Light decides to go to, as I feel like hindi muna sila magkakapatayan this early.
Yeah, parang sabi natin dun sa sa unang yung game na may Sion tsaka Urgot sa taas. Tama ba yun, Poppy? Medyo magsasampalan lang sila. Tapos na yung event, sarado na yung mall. Nag-aampasan pa rin sila. Pero it looks like that's gonna be a different case here again. Haze medyo mas galit kumpara naman sa mga tank lineup na nakita natin. Of course, out-sustain ang laban naman ni Haze dito.
Yeah, and speaking of differences, I think one big difference sa game na to particularly is Spear is not playing that Lee Sin, which we saw him very proficiently with during our first game, which gave IPT that win. Now he's playing that Graves, more of a farm-heavy jungler. not gonna have the same big flashy plays such as the Lee Sin, pero malaki yung damage output niya.
And of course, that's gonna be team fight oriented naman. For the meantime, on the bottom lane, Marky medyo kachi-kachi lang muna kay Ortos. Mabakalahati ang tangke na yun. Again, Leona is not always picked as well. Not exactly quote-unquote meta. Ika nga nila. Pero I think for TNC, it might just do the job. I think TNC gusto nila mag-pick off dito sa composition na to eh. Especially since may Gragas sila. Pang-isolate yan ng target. Explosive cast into your teammates. Usually, that singular enemy will evaporate. Pero, tingnan natin na kasi papayagan ba ng IPT na mangyari yun? Yun ang tanong.
Yeah, mukhang hindi mo nila papayagan kaagad-agad, Rockart. Kasi tignan mo the play that IPT decided to do. They knew that their bot lane 2v2 were stronger. So it enabled Spear to invade the blue side jungle of Burst. Na-force siya mag-burn ng flash and to go back to base. So yung initial na pathing netong Gragas has already been interrupted by Imperium Pro Team.
And pag nangyari yun, usually mas behind ka sa level. So usually, that would mean that Spear on this Graves would be ahead in terms of level and in terms of getting to the ganks first.
Yeah, and especially on a pick such as the Gragas, you want to be able to gank first compared to that Graves. You have a very strong gank setup with your body slam as mid lane.
Oh, there you go. Steadfast Presence not doing much, but everything else will be following up onto Haze. Ignite also proc here. Here comes the Gragas. Burst ball, hindi na kakailangan, and First Blood goes over the Haze.
Yeah, hindi na kailangan yung damage yung galing kay Burst. Just the minion damage and the Ignite as well from Haze. Able to take down the Poppy mid lane.
Yeah, hashtag calculated sa mid lane, mga kaibigan. Di man lang kailangan. Si Burst, again, that will leave him to go around and farm. Maybe get a Scuttler just to get some vision. And on the bottom lane, it's looking very, very bad here on Marky. Parang hindi sila nakakaaboy, mga kaibigan. Ito na ang pula. And looks like that will be enough. Burst sinalong talon ni Marky. He will go down. Again, Ortos gonna get a kill, but that's not gonna be enough. One kill going over to TNC. That's a lot of pressure unlocked for this bottom lane.
Yeah, ang ganda ng execution na ginawa doon ng TNC. The body slam into the flash queue by the Leona to secure the crowd control onto Marky despite him flashing away. Hindi pa rin siya nakatakas dun sa ginawa ng TNC, now up 2-0.
Oo, nasa ibang dimension pa lang sila Marky, nabangga sila ni Gragas. Ganun siya kalupet dun sa interception na yun. Again, the rest of IBT also farming up quite well. TNC on the top lane, of course. We have the Victor, medyo mahirap sagutin, pero so far, holding steady naman by the Sion.
Pero kung isipin mo, Rockart, you feel like IPT could have avoided that gank from happening. But if you go back, they actually didn't put a ward in their own tribe rush. And they were very pushed up in lane, not respecting the amount of engage being possessed here by TNC.
Nakita na nila kakagank lang ni Burst sa mid lane. So most likely, he will go to some camps. Of course, respect Vision wins games sa League of Legends, mga kaibigan. Siyempre, TNC so far doing a good job as well in keeping up the pressure. 2 ganks in almost just a span of 2 minutes. Not bad here. Comparatively in other games, that's a bit slow, but in League of Legends, that's actually pretty good.
Oh, nahila pa balik sila. Still level 5.
Man,
Almost
medyo bully-bully muna sa mid lane. For TNC, of course, they are going to provide a lot of pressure. Top lane and mid lane needs a lot of backup here. For IBT, of course, medyo mas malalim ang TNC here. That opens up a possibility for a gank. Of course, the Graves not really in a good position to do that as of the moment.
Yeah, and going back to the ganking that you were mentioning, Rocket, I really like that one of the ganks that TNC successfully pulled off was in the bot lane. Kasi, hold that thought.
Oh, medyo flash in muna by Spear, pero mukhang siya pa mapapas body slam into him will stop any attempts of escape. TNC get another one, and man, 3-0 na mga kaibigan. 1K gold lead, 1.5K. Slowly growing here for the red team squad.
Yeah, and going back, the fact that TNC were able to pull off a gank in the bot lane relieves a lot of the lane dominance that IPT has there. It enables Orthros to go for that roam in the mid lane. And nakita mo yung nangyari, the gank attempt by Spear trying to help his mid laner out. He just gets collapsed on, immediately dies to TNC. Grabe yung set of body slam into the Leona stun, into another Leona stun. Hindi ka na talaga gagalaw.
Crowd
ka
control
ng TNC.
for days ang galawan dito ng TNC. It's working out well so far for them. Can they snowball this into a bigger lead? I think they are doing just that. Again, bottom lane of IPT, they do have wards this time around. Medyo natuto. Siyempre, susuka, hindi susuko. For the mid lane, for the bottom lane though, they're getting a lot of pressure from Marky. No one trying to gank right now, but looks like minamatadan ni Mr. Burst on the Gragas. He will be spotted out though, and he will be able to just dash out the way. Shadow with a blockage, and of course Burst with a great placement on the flash body slam. Works out so well for TNC. Can they get another one though? Of course, revenge gonna be taken by the tower of all sorts. Of course, IPT 1-for-1 on the bottom lane, but of course it goes to a very bad member for IPT, the support.
Yeah, not the best member to pick up the kill there, and I feel like 300 gold on your Vayne is better than 300 gold on your Braum.
Amen.
So I say that's worth it for TNC. It accelerates the build of this Vayne, and this is best case scenario para sa TNC. We mentioned how risky it was to pick something like a Vayne, especially into a very strong laner such as Delusion. The fact that TNC have been able to play around their bot side and have been doing so successfully means that they are in such a good spot to win this game.
Talaga yun, sa high risk, high reward pick na ginawa ng TNC, it's working out so well for them right now. It is paying off dividends as TNC does get that Vayne in a very good position, although humahabol pa rin naman sa CS si Marky dito sa bottom lane. Medyo similar in itemization, so no solid winners as of yet, although of course that goal lead slowly growing once again for TNC. IPT again in a very bad position, locked down by Orthos into the Leona. Of course, Burst, great follow-up as usual on the body slam, and the cast just doing wonders for the squad.
Yeah, we did say na walang galawan, no? Pag nahuli ka ng TNC, crowd control for days, gaya nga na sinabi mo, Rocket. And once again, nahuli ng TNC si Spear sa sarili niyang jungle. The Graves not having the best time.
Absolutely. Again, you want the Graves to be usually ahead in itemization at this point of the game if you want that pick to work out. And so far, since wala naman masyadong crowd control si Graves, wala din siya may tutulong later pag nabaog siya ng tuluyan.
Yeah, pero we have to go back and look at why TNC is able to have their support roam across the map. It's the fact that they've put Demon in a very comfortable spot na despite the Vayne being left alone in a Lucian and Braum matchup, she doesn't she's not receiving as much pressure as she should have been due to the earlier ganks by Burst in the bot lane.
Yeah, of course, medyo kalma-kalma muna siguro for the meantime. Again, Demon feeling ko yung call nila sa team eh. Okay, happy na ako dun. Medyo i-pressure nyo na sila, Mark, at least kahit hindi kayo gumank later, mape-pressure sila, mas kakabahan sila, baka medyo mag-miss pa ng CS si Marky. I don't know if that's gonna happen. But of course, I think that's what they're going for right now. TNC in the bottom lane trying to answer up against Demon. And Marky, he doesn't seem to be afraid right now though.
Yeah, not that afraid. He knows that Lucian still has dueling potential compared to that Vayne. Kasi even though there were ganks, Lucian still has...
Hindi spotted na na sweeping to. Of course, ultimate by Leona. Not gonna hit the mark. Of course, here is Burst. Can he make the mark? Can he make it count though? Counter-engage by IPT. They take out that very squishy tanky Gragas. At the meantime, TNC does make another kill for their own. Flicker in, flash in by Shadow. 2 kills for the side of TNC naman. I think, again, ito yung same conversation we had earlier. Saan nila pupunta yung gold? I think it's definitely worth here for TNC.
Yeah, I think IPT played that to the best that they could. Despite that being a 3v2, they were able to at least get 2 kills. Yeah. But still, yung dalawang kill na nakuha ng TNC in that spot, it's
going to the wrong pockets again.
Parehas napunta sa Vayne. That's exactly what TNC wanted. And in the long run, that's so worth it for TNC.
And just right now, TNC looking very, very good. 2,000 gold lead pa rin. Again, the other lanes trying to catch up in the gold department. And IPT again holding the mid lane steady naman. TNC, once they open up this either one of these towers, it should be a bit more explosive. Again, no access to the jungles as of yet. At least not as safe as they want to. And
nasa mid na naman si Orthros.
Yeah, Orthros, man. I don't know what's up here again. Is this just how confident the Vayne is in the position they have on the bottom lane?
Yes. I think ganun na sila ka-confident that Demon will not die even if left in a 2v1. But then again, he was in base when Orthros was mid lane. But
just trying to pick up some assist time. Baka sakaling maka-deco ng isa sa mid lane. Of course, TNC will be securing the Elemental Drake here. This time, it's an Earth one. No more Infernals for the meantime. Of course, Earth Drakes, they actually add up objectives.
That's a TP.
Ooh, that's a bottom lane though. They use up the Rift Herald. holding that thought. Demon goes into the ultimate. That's a lot of red members here. On the bottom side, Demon does not get hit by the Scion. And of course, that will be a lot of damage onto Orpos. He gets taken out. Long range ballistics here for the blue side squad. And they get a tower because of that. That's a lot of good gold going over to IPT. Much needed, if I may add.
Yeah, that's literally brute force by IPT. They just sent multiple members to the bot lane. Demon, kahit na 3-0-1 siya on that lane, he was chunked just low enough to make him respect the rest of the damage coming out from IPT. Of course, not that much peel coming in for the Vayne when all of the crowd control is used by TNC to engage. There's not many things they can have to get the other members of IPT away from Demon. So, still, I think that's worth it for IPT.
So nakita na natin ang medyo sigurong weakness ng TNC dito, a lack of AoE clear. And pag medyo madami ng target sa mapa, medyo bumabagal na ang galawan for TNC.
Look at this though, burst. Okay.
Okay,
Shadow
looks like
backup.
medyo mag-hi hello muna tayo. IPT versus TNC, of course. Still pretty much in the lead, TNC here in terms of macro. In terms of towers, though, they are pretty much still ahead IPT. But right now, they want to make that more. And you know what? Despite losing out a lot of the fights, this Lucian from Marky is not really that far behind.
Yeah, of course. You still have to respect the early game power of that Lucian. Ngayon, nakita mo yung body system na ginagawa ni Burst tsaka ni Arthur dun sa jungle. Just trying to get these pickoffs. Of course, this early into the game with the Gragas building into AP, he does have a bit of burst damage to take down fairly squishy targets.
No pun intended. Because again, that's exactly what IPT wants. They want to finish this as fast as possible. Getting Marky into a high item situation is not really ideal for TNC, and I think that's exactly why they are trying to go for more of an offensive lineup here. And so far, IPT even holding the top lane steady here. Not many threats being applied by TNC.
Yeah, gaya nga na sinabi mo, Rockhart, IPT don't want to make this go late. It's very difficult to face a Vayne once late game does arrive, especially on the players such as Demon, who we know is capable of making those big plays on this champion. That takes a lot of confidence to pull out on stage now. Here comes a bit of an engage by Light.
Yeah, of course. Coming up from the Scion gets cancelled out with the channeling resurrection to be proc on the Aatrox, though. He's going to be able to dodge out. Here comes Burst, though. And everyone else from TNC joins the fight. I think TNC just don't want to overcommit, though, because there are also 5 members of IPT around the area. Again, Marky getting some free gold time here. And that could go bad here for TNC if they don't try to control this Lucian early on.
Yeah, Hayes got lucky there na pop yung ultimate niya bago bumagsak lahat ng crowd control. Nakita mo yung combo, diba?
Timing, you know?
Ang ganda ng timing. Sakto pagbagsak ni Hayes galing dun sa ult ng Poppy. Sakto yung pasok ni Ikaros. Suabing-suabe galing sa river.
I mean, that could have gone bad for them, but so far, just the cohesiveness, yung pagiging togetherness nila, ika nga, dito sa mid lane, paid off quite well. And so far, again, we're looking for a big play from TNC. I think if there's going to be a big play, it's going to come from this squad, right? Because they have the Vayne, they have Condemned into a wall. If they catch Marky, mag-flash in si Demon Gen. Of course, he's not going to do that. He could probably burst down Marky really quickly if Burst was around the area. So, still, they have a lot of time to, they have to be very careful. Vision is going to be so important in making sure that the rest of IPT is safe while Marky does try to farm up.
Alam mo, kahit na hindi dapat gawin ni Demon yun, I kind of want him to do it just for the sake of starting a fight against IPT.
Because again, if they don't start a fight, you know what's gonna happen, right? I mean, Marky's gonna get into a 6-item lead, 6-item position. He's gonna be able to out-duel the Vayne if halimbawa, final hour gets timed out, right? So, gonna be a lower firepower state here for the Vayne. Of course, the rest of TNC still also not playing that aggressively. We're going to have to wait and see where the next big play is going to come from. Right now, the rest of TNC just going for the vision game as kind of expect them to. Trying to catch someone off guard. And so far, it's like TNC is just waiting for someone from IPT to make a mistake here.
Yeah, kompleto pa rin yung body system dito ng TNC. Hindi na naghiwalay sa buong game na to si Burst tsaka si Ortos. Naghahanap ng masastun sa jungle ng IPT.
And so far, do you think habang tumatagal, mas maganda pa rin for IPT though? Because again, you said the Vayne also has some great late game potential, especially comboed with the Aatrox and the Victor, who can burst down targets later on once he gets the proper Hex Tech upgrades.
I feel like mid-game, there's a damage advantage for IPT, but Vayne at 6 items is incredibly scary to deal with.
Exactly.
Especially if you don't exactly have point-and-click CC, which I don't see IPT having.
Not really.
Right now. And
all of it is positional stun and skill shot stun, or slow rather, from the Braum. Of course, top lane though, gonna aggress onto JLC. I think he's very, very tanky right now. And this is exactly what we saw from Worlds, I think. It's very similar. Solo laning on the Victor, and usually you would see Victor in the mid lane, right? So it's a bit of a switch up here. But so far, TNC, they will have a ward here. So medyo hindi kita ng blue side to dahil sa Vision Ward. Will IPT actually make a play? I think they will. And it's way too late here on the answer though. Two members alive! Oh my god, he's still alive. He gets a shielding. And it's a play gone wrong from TNC. For IPT, and TNC capitalize completely 2-man down from the blue side.
Yeah, and those 2 kills once again kay Timo na naman napunta. 5-0-1 on this Vayne. The pick is paying off. TNC are successfully putting this Vayne in a position to carry, but his might be caught out here. Teleport from JLC gonna force Imperium Pro Team to back off.
Yep, of course. Great response there from TNC, knowing that the blue team actually tried to go for a gank on the top lane. They answer it very cleanly. Again, bottom lane just gonna have a teleport burned out there, but for the meantime, it looks like IBD wants some revenge here. Hayes, he faces a bomb right on the docket, and looks like Light hindi makasagot. For the meantime though, he will get taken down. Spear, walang magawang bawas. He is so far behind right now. Shadow flashes in, tries to take some of the frontline damage, but here comes the rest of TNC though. Burst has a lot. He still has the ultimate. Will he get out that though? Shadow gets removed from the map. Ikaros fronting for the rest of IBD. The blue side gonna have such a hard time. And we will go into a bit of a pause here.
Yeah, I wonder what actually happened there. Pero looking back at that fight, Rockhart, how much time do you think a Victor can tank and act as frontline for TNC? Apparently, the answer is a lot.
Apparently so. I mean, I would have expected him to go down right away. I mean, even if he went down, that would have been worth already. But he did not. And I think that's going to be so massive here for TNC, getting a Cloud Drake. Of course, not the best Drake out there, but does help your team a lot in positioning around the map. Cloud Drake does give out of combat movement speed for your team. So, mas mabilis na makakapwesto, and mas maganda, maybe, from that positioning. It will benefit the Vayne a lot. You know, he does do a lot of chasing, this Vayne.
Yeah, and nakita mo yung attempt na naman dun ng Imperium Pro Team. You see all the crowd control go down. Hayes still gets his ultimate off that allows him to survive, and it buys enough time for the rest of TNC to collapse.
Yep.
Now, once their Fed members did there, and once Demon got into that fight, there was just nothing. Oh, Marky's caught.
Oh man, Marky almost got in a very bad position there. Of course, we will have a lot of members teleporting in from TNC. Here is going to be another kill going over to the red side. That Sion was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Apparently so. Ultimate patakbo. It's not really what you want to use that ultimate for. The rest of TNC, they scare off IPT. And this could be bad here. Looking na medyo nakakamoy ako ng Baron attempt dito from the red side squad.
Yeah, this should be the Baron for TNC, but they could also easily peel off of it and just turn for a team fight. They know they have a numbers advantage. Wala yung Braum ng IPT. That's massive crowd control gone on the side of IPT. Now, JLC is zoning them away.
And JLC doing the work of an army right now. Oh, they get it though! Spear secures the Baron! And that will be the buff applied to the blue side squad. And the follow-up, galit na galit ang TNC. Bakit yung kinuha ang Baron namin? They get a kill on the backside of that. But I think that play right there from Spear just saved them the game.
Yeah, best case scenario na yun para sa IPT. Numbers disadvantage. Spear able to come up in the clutch. Steals away the Baron. Oof.
Man, you kind of have to wonder, paano nakalusot si Spear doon? Paano pa naka 50-50 sa Baron yun? Again, that's because of the grave, just pure grit and timing. Scrying Orb came down in the nick of time in that pit and just gave them the opportunity to know when the Baron's gonna go down. Of course, Smite gonna be used right on time. And dito na mapasok yung individual mechanics ng mga players na to.
Actually, looking back, I feel like JLC was zoning away the wrong members of IPT. He was so focused on getting Marky away from the pit that Spear actually snuck in to go for that steal. It's still, though, a gold lead on the side of TNC. The Baron will help IPT stop whatever pressure TNC had on the map, but I think TNC can afford to just wait this out before deciding to go for any more engages.
Yeah, I think so too. Right now, TNC will have to burn out this buff because that buff does grant a lot of damage, and as well as the minions are going to be in a very bad spot. So they're probably not going to go for any big pushes, but TNC could still go for some assassination attempts, which I think they are trying right now on the bottom lane. We have to be very careful. Medyo sneaky muna dito mga kaibigan. Alam kaya ng TNC na madami ding miyembro ng IPT na malapit around this bottom side of the map. I think makakaramdam naman, using their game sense, they will back off for the meantime.
Yeah, alam mo, Rockhart, this is JLC doing what he does best, which is split pushing on the map and drawing members of the enemy team on towards him. He knows he can buy enough time in a side lane for his team to take something elsewhere on the map, and he's doing a very good job of it as well. He hasn't died actually on this Victor, and knowing the spots he's been in throughout this game,
so
in-expect natin na mamamatay siya eh.
Ang daming clutch moments na alam mong handa ka ng magbabay pero biglang papasok yung shield ni Victor, ang kapal.
Yeah.
So, again, that just works out because of the build that he has right now on this usually offense-oriented magic damage dealer. There you go. Yeah. So, TNC again, catching IPT in a very bad spot there with a gravity field. And the rest of TNC collapsing right now. Ikaros gonna be caught in the middle of it. Everyone else just tries to repel out. IPT is just running individually for the hills now. They take out Light. Resurrecting in the front though. Walang katakot-takot si Hayes. And of course, Red Turret will fall here on the top side of the map. But the mid lane looks like it's gonna be a very bad spot.
JLC is going 1v3 in the base of Imperium Pro. Now 1v4. Does he get out?
Mo dito? Kaibigan, blue team base to Bakit nandito lang si JLC? Takot na takot. Walang katakot-takot. Rather, of course, the rest of TNC knock on Heaven's Door muna. Turret gonna be going down. Burst flashes in onto Spear, onto Marky, and they take him down like a beast. Right now, TNC knocking in that turret in the mid lane. Will this be another inhibitor? And this gonna be the sweet plays here from the red side squad. They clear out Ikaros, and they clear out the Braum as well. That should be easy peasy lemon squeezy here. TNC knocking on the inhibitor. Teleport also coming in for JLC. They want to finish the game.
Yeah, this game is looking very much over, Rockhart. It seems like TNC will be able to tie up this best of 3. 1-1 now on the score. Just gonna knock down the final Nexus start, but this is definitely going to be a victory for TNC.
And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, TNC and IPT go the distance. It's gonna be 1-1, and that will, I'm pretty sure they are very happy with that. Although hindi kita sa mukha, pero okay lang naman. I think they are gonna be they're gonna have to reorganize themselves. They did very well, and considering IPT was just, maybe this is just the fatigue setting in for the squad. We have been seeing a lot of really long games from them. And that's definitely not doing well for them right now.
Yeah, and you did mention fatigue. IPT has been playing at the start of the day, so the number of games might be taking its toll on them. But then again, looking at what happened in the game, you saw how TNC played around their bot half of the map. They had the Vayne. They knew what they needed to do in order for him to get ahead, and they properly executed upon it, and I really have to credit TNC for that.
Yeah, I mean, that was like, as you guys mentioned, it's super high risk, high reward, and it did work out so well for them in the end. They made it work with the ganks being committed by Burst over and over again. Orphos with a great support on the Leona, very classic Vayne Leona combo, by the way, and I love that we saw it here today. But for the meantime, tignan natin kung ano ba ang masabi ng mga analyst desk natin doon, because man, that was a doozy there for IPT. So, Manjin, can you show us what happened?
Papakita namin mamaya, paring Rockhart. Maraming salamat, Chisto, sa pag-shoutcast noon. Okay, we will go the distance. Sabi nga ng ating mga shoutcasters, game number 3. Story of the game, specifically, si Demon ang kailangan natin i-highlight dito. Kanina, nakita ko yung score niya, 6-0-7. At actually, hindi ko na nga nakita yung last score, pero